is existing for switching over for robot. Let us know one by one. Robots can be built with the performance capability superior to those of human beings. So, robots do not have any limitations at all, because human beings have limitations for the capacity performance. So that since robots do not have limitations regarding performance, so that robots are well capable of performing various operations. Robots are better than humans to perform simple and repetitive tasks with better quality and consistency. Simple and repetitive operations, if it is performed by the human beings, means the same quality may not be performed by the human beings. Okay. So, in such cases, if you switch over to the robot, so that simple and repetitive tasks with the same quantity and with same quality will be performed. Robots can replace the humans in performing tasks that are difficult and hazardous because of factors such as size, weight, range, precision or environment. So, you please keep your note of that in precision and hazardous environments, if at all human beings required to work, means they cannot come forward to work. In such areas, you can employ the industrial robot, so that robot can perform very well in those vulnerable areas. Okay. For example, you take painting of refrigerator cabinet. So, refrigerator cabinet should be painted in every nook and corner of its surface. So, in such cases, if you go for industrial robot, it will perform its operation very perfectly and effectively. Suppose instead of going for industrial robot, if you go for manual labor, then the quality may not be performed, and also the health of that human labor will be affected. Robots do not have the limitations and the negative attributes of human workers, such as fatigue, need for rest, diversion of attention, absenteeism, need for refreshments. So, robots do not have any limitations at all. So, if you employ human labor, so human labor means he needs some rest, he needs some refreshment. So, all these necessary. Suppose if you go for industrial robot, all these requirements may not be required by the industrial robot. Robots can be used to perform tasks which human beings do not like to do, jobs that are considered unskilled or low paying or that involve poor working conditions. So, in poor working areas, if at all if you employ the human labor, means so you cannot work positively. So that in those areas, if you employ the industrial robot, will perform effectively. Now, let us see another need for robot. Robots can lower costs through reduction in usage of materials, through efficiency and consistency. So, since it works with efficiency and consistency, okay, so it will perform effectively. So, human labor will not perform with the same performance, because it cannot maintain, human labor cannot maintain the consistency. Robots become more economical as labor costs increase. This also you have to make a note of. Robots are more economical. Suppose simple and repetitive tasks, if you want to perform, means if you go for human labor, so that lot of fatigue and anxiousness will be there. So that in order to avoid that one, if you go for industrial robot, so that it will be very economical. Robots are flexible compared to hard automation, since they are configured and programmed. This permits them to be reused in new or modified applications, and they are less subjected to becoming obsolete. The output of humans depending upon the learning curve every time the job is changed. So, if you employ industrial robot, since it is not hard automation, that is it is not flexible, it is flexible. If you go for hard automation, means it is not flexible. So, since industrial robot is programmable, so that it is flexible. If at all a design change is occurred in the production department, means then if you employ the human labor, means for the new product design, he has to learn, he takes his own time to learn that new design. So that we have to go for in such cases industrial robot. Now let us go for basic requirements of robots. Robots must not harm human being either due to inaction or inaction. Okay, this is said to be first law. So during action or inaction, it should not harm anybody. That is important. This is said to be first law. Robot must always obey human being unless it comes into conflict. This is second law. So whatever the human being programmed for particular operation, okay, it should perform effectively. This is said to be second law. Now let us see another requirement of a robot. Robot must protect itself from harm unless it is in conflict with either the first law or second law. Okay? So